I also have a small group that I wanted to promote. So Phillip Burton, if you could come on up. This is our Real Men small group. It'll be on June 24th, Friday, June 24th at 6 p.m. And I kind of wanted to pick your brain as to what will go on. So who is Real Men for?
Check.
There.
June 24th is a Friday night at 6 p.m. We'll be having our first get-together. It'll be at my property where we have a pond, so bring your fishing poles. James Toole will be cooking some hamburgers and hot dogs for us, so those will probably be pretty good. So I asked Dan a question a few months ago. I said, why don't we have a men's group that does things together, that, we get to know one another better, because honestly, we've been here almost 3 years, and there's people in here I don't know, because we're up here before service, and we're up here after service, and people come and go, and honestly, there's people I don't know here. And I think, actually, the Lord dealt with me one day. I was thinking about people in my life that had an influence on my life, men that had helped shape and mold me, that had been there for wisdom, advice, for knowledge in a tough time. So I want to ask you men this question, okay? If you had a crisis tomorrow, who's the first 3 people that you're going to call for help, for encouragement, to say, hey, brother, I'm struggling, or hey, this happened, can I come talk to you? Who's the first 3 people you would call? And I don't know that most of us could name the first 3, because honestly, we're the best communicators in the world, right? Men are great communicators. We always spend time with other friends, right? So I had a guy this week actually at work sit down on a picnic table beside me and said, dude, I have no friends. I have no one to encourage me. I have no one to go to. Everybody I know parties and does all the crazy stuff. And he's like, I just don't want to do that no more. I need friends that are going to help me be a good person, to do good things. So I don't want to make this sound churchy, because that's the last thing I want this to do. I want it to be a group of men that we come hang out, throw some hamburgers on the grill, have some fun, fellowship, throw a pole in the water, not a pool in the water, a pole in the water. And I'd like to do some other activities. I've talked to Ted Darnell some about some things we can do. It may be shooting guns sometimes. It may shooting skeet, not each other. But you get a group of men together, anything's apt to happen. So ages 18 and older. Yeah. So it's not really for young people. It's for men and up. Now we might do something sometime where it's a father-son kind of thing. So then obviously you could bring your children. But I want it to be men. And I felt like the Lord told me that this should be called Real Men. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start June 24th. At 6 p.m., that's when we're going to eat, so get there early. We're going to eat. I'll get with you as far as where it's at, directions, so on and so forth. It's just, so if you're at I-65 and 46 West, it's literally 4 miles from there, so it's not that far. Yeah. But we'll have a good time. If it's raining, that's fine too, because we have a shelter house. We have a 2.5-car garage shelter house that's under roof, dry, so we will have fun.
Yeah, what I love about the group is, when we talked about it, you were talking about generations. Like, it's connecting generations. And I know with my age, we think we have it all together, but there's so much wisdom that could be shared with us. And if we could just get just a little bit of wisdom to people our age.
Well, you might get that better if you don't say, hey, boomer.
It's okay, boomer, but okay. Cool.
Honestly, this is my take. And I started talking to Dan one day about it, and he's like, well, it sounds like the Lord's already dealt with your heart about this. I'm like, that's not what my intentions were. But the more I've thought about it, the more, yes. There's no reason to, our family is a blended family, and it was not easy at first. There was a lot of challenges. And had people not been there to help us and encourage us, that have been there and done that knew some wisdom and how to work on those things, I don't know. It may not turn out as well. But there's no point, in my opinion, there's no point in reinventing the wheel. if Pastor Tim's been somewhere and's got some experience with something that I'm going through, probably save myself a lot of time and headache just saying, hey, buddy, give me some information here. Help me out, man. Yeah. There's a lot of young, I know there's some people just got married recently, at least 2 weddings, because we tore this stage down twice. So there's at least 2 people that got married recently. You know what? When you get married at a young age, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn after the honeymoon. Mm-hmm. So, I just feel like we need to, I look at my son Levi. He's 24 years old now, and I see Drew and Hadley and Hayden, some of these other young men. Who's helping them? Who's teaching them? Who's there for them? Is it the world? Is that what we've got to offer them? Well, the world will train you. The world will teach you. The Bible says the older teach the younger. Sure. So, let's come hang out and have fun. That's what I want to do. I want to have fun. I want to have a great time, but also develop some friendships so that when you do have that crisis, you do have that need, you have that wife that's driving you crazy, you can call me and say, I get it, buddy. I get it. Been there 26 years. I get it.
Yeah. So that's cool. All right, June 24th. Are you done with your list?
Huh? Are you done asking me questions?
You nailed them all. I didn't even have to ask him. He was ready. Yes, June 24th, Real Men. It's going to be at Phillip Burton's house. If you want more information, you can contact the office or you can contact Phillip.